A very good morning to my dear students. Let's start our class. In the previous class, we discussed components of computer system. In that, we studied input device, output device, CPU. Then there is another component also in our computer system. Referring to this first figure, we know that next part of the computer system is memory. Memory unit is controlled by control unit which is in CPU. So CPU is directly connected to the memory unit. A CPU can, this control unit and arithmetic unit together is known as CPU. So this CPU can send instruction to the memory to store data and CPU can access data from the memory. So let's start our class with memory. In this memory, today we are going to discuss units of memory and types of memory. Types of memory means primary memory, secondary memory and cache memory. So let's start our class. As the name implies, memory is used to store data and instructions. It is used, this data and instruction are used for processing. So memory, as the name implies, memory is used to store data. There are many units of memory. That means in computer system, binary representation are used. That means binary means 0 and 1. By using this 0 and 1, computer stores data. So in computer memory, it is binary systems are used. So regarding units of memory, we all know binary numbers 0 and 1 are used for storing. It is known as basic unit of memory. This 0 and 1 are known as basic unit of memory, which is bits. Then we can combine these bits together. These bits are grouped together to form words. By combining 4 bits, a nibble is formed. So a 4-bit word is called nibble. By grouping binary digits, word is formed. 4-digit, 4-bit word is known as nibble. Examples of nibbles are 100, 100, 10, 1110, like that. It contains only 4 digits which are in the form of binary numbers. That means either 0 or 1. A 2-nibble word. What is 2-nibble word? 1 nibble means 4 bits. Then 2-nibble word means 8 bits. It is known as byte. So 8 bits forms a byte. We all heard this byte in our mobile data transmission. We always use megabyte, gigabyte, like that. So byte is the, when you are hearing the term byte, you just think 1 byte is the combination of 8 bits, like 01000, 011110, like that. Then we can, from bit up to yottabyte, yottabyte means YB, up to YB, we can form binary data. Bit means zeros and ones, nibble means 4 bits, then byte means 8 bit. Next is KB. You have heard KB. Definitely you will heard the kilobytes or KB. How many KBs of data? How many MBs of data? We already specifying this when we are storing a video. If I am producing a video, it must be in sometimes MB or GB. So 1 kilobyte equal to 1024 bytes. You know, 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 1 KB equal to 1024 bytes. 1 MB, our video in the form of MB. This video in the form of MB. So 1 MB equal to 1024 KB. 1 GB equal to 1024 MB. 1 TB, that means terabyte, equal to 1024 GB. 1 PB petabyte equal to 1024 TB, 1 EB equal to 1024 PB, 1 ZB equal to 1024 EB, 1 YB equal to 1024 ZB. These are the measurement units of digital data. So in types of memory, there are mainly two types of memory we are using. They are primary memory and secondary memory. As the name implies, primary memory, primary, main part. Primary is the main part. So primary memory is an essential component of the computer system. When we are running a program, the program's data are loaded into the primary memory. Then only we can execute a program. So before processing, the memory is loaded with our data. Which memory? It's primary memory's responsibility to execute data or program. We all know CPU directly interact with the memory. In that figure, we find that CPU directly interact with which memory? It is primary memory. For what purpose? To read or write operation. CPU is used for processing. So for processing, some data is needed from the memory and some data are given to the memory. This takes place by using between the interaction between CPU and primary memory. Again, primary memory is classified into two types, which are RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory and ROM means read-only memory. You all heard in our mobile 4 GB RAM is there, or in our computer 4 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk, like that. We know the specifications. So RAM is the main memory or primary memory. RAM means random access memory. Random access memory is volatile. What is volatile? Its data volatile means its data will be lost when power is off. So when our computer is working, this RAM have data. If our power is off, then RAM will be clean. That means it is volatile memory. Then all the contents of RAM are wiped out when we are switch off our computer. So as the name implies, volatile means it stores data temporarily. When computer is working, some data is needed. This data is stored temporarily in RAM. By using RAM, we can execute programs. Then next type of primary memory is ROM. ROM means read-only memory. Read-only memory is not volatile, which means data will not lose when the power is off. So RAM is volatile and ROM is non-volatile. It is very small but fast permanent use storage. Compared to secondary memory, primary memory is very fast, but its cost is high. When we are increasing the size of primary memory, cost will increase as 5,000 rupees. Like that, cost will increases. So these RAM and ROM are small. Startup programs are loaded into ROM. Startup program means booting. Booting means, what is booting? Booting means loading the operating system to memory. So it is stored in ROM. Then it contains ROM, read-only memory. As the name implies, data cannot be erased. Permanent data will be there about manufacturer's address or any ISDN number like that, which is stored in ROM. So regarding primary memory, there are two classification: RAM and ROM. RAM is volatile, ROM is non-volatile. Both are small in size because when we are increasing the size, cost will increase. Next is cache memory. We all know that RAM is, or primary memory is faster than secondary memory, but this cache memory is faster than our primary memory. So to speed up the operations in CPU, high speed memory is placed between CPU and primary memory. While referring our figure, what happened? In that figure, CPU and memory is connected. Here, CPU and primary memory is connected. When we are placing a cache memory in between this, that means in between CPU and primary memory, there will be a memory known as cache memory is used, which is used for speed data recovery, for the speed of processing. Which type of data are stored in cache memory, you know? In cache memory, computer stores data that are frequently accessed by the user. So suppose some file we are accessing frequently, it is stored in cache memory. Because by using cache memory, a computer can process data easily and fast, but its cost is higher than primary memory. So compared to primary memory, speed of cache memory is high, cost also high. It is placed in between CPU and primary memory. That is the second memory, which is known as cache memory. Next is secondary memory. Secondary, you all heard the term secondary memory. For example, our hard disk, which we are used in our computer, is a secondary memory. In our computer, we are finding partitions like C, D, etc., which are the secondary memory or hard disk are used. So this primary memory have limited capacity. RAM and ROM, size of RAM and ROM is compared to secondary memory less. The secondary memory is non-volatile. Non-volatile means it can store data permanently, and size of secondary memory is higher compared to primary memory and cache memory, because we are storing data in computer C and D drives, which are example for secondary memory. So when we are running a program, contents of secondary memory are first loaded into the primary memory. Then only we can run the program. So you heard our hard disk capacity is 256, 512 or 1 GB, not 1 GB, 1 TB, like that you heard. This capacity is the secondary storage or secondary memory's capacity. So this 1 TB, 512 GB, all are measurement of memory. 512 GB or 1 TB hard disk means our secondary storage or secondary memory have the capacity of 1 TB. Nowadays, most commonly people are using solid state drive instead of hard disk. Nowadays, which we are using SSD. In my laptop, SSD is used. So what is the purpose of SSD? Compared to HDD, HDD means our hard disk drive. Normally, we are using hard disk. In old computers for secondary storage, hard disk are used. Compared to HDD, speed is higher in SSD. Then data transfer between computers have become easy by using SSD. So that another secondary storage devices, pen drives, CD drives, flash, all are available. But while referring secondary memory, our first device is our hard disk, which is used for large large capacity device, which is used for storage of data. Compared to primary memory, speed is less since the data of secondary memories are firstly loaded into primary memory, then only computer execute instructions. So we studied three types of memory in today's class. They are primary memory, cache memory, and secondary memory. All of you study well. Thank you. Have a nice day.